Toddy Richman, also known professionally as Marilyn, and I am fortunate to have been the founding director of the Institute for Therapy Through the Arts 40 years ago, back in 1975. The way ITA was started was because of a community need that wasn't met. One of the programs that we first had in drama therapy was an after-school program. There were, I think, 4 or 5 children in it, and the space that we used, we didn't have space in the music center. We were on the grounds of Country Day School, so we used a classroom because it was after school. And it was a very satisfying thing to work with children who had different needs. I think one of the things that makes ITA so satisfying is the staff. They are so devoted and so talented.
I'm Jenni Rook. I'm the Executive Director at Institute for Therapy Through the Arts. ITA is a creative arts therapy practice based in Evanston, Illinois, where we serve almost 2,000 clients every year by providing art, drama, music, and dance movement therapy. We serve individuals of all ages with a variety of needs. They come to us in our Evanston clinic and we provide individual therapy, group therapy, and family therapy. And we also partner with facilities around the greater Chicagoland area where we go into these organizations and bring creative arts therapy to the participants that they serve. We have partners that refer clients to us for creative arts therapy after they've participated in some other form of therapy, whether it be counseling or work with a psychologist or psychiatrist, and sometimes even work with a speech therapist or occupational therapist. Most of the time our partners will refer clients to us because they feel like their clients may have more potential in a creative arts therapy setting.
Hello, my name is Dr. Stephen Haynes, and I'm a psychiatrist on staff at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, Evanston Hospital, and on the faculty of Northwestern Medical School. I have referred to the Institute for Therapy for the Arts for the last 15 years for help with my patients. What is especially helpful is the availability of groups at ITA. So for psychiatrists such as myself, ITA provides excellent group therapeutic support for my patients. I have a great deal of confidence in the ITA programs based on the feedback of the patients and their families. What art therapy, music therapy, and drama therapy provide is an invaluable addition to traditional individual psychotherapy.
I figured he would relate to it easier than going to like a typical therapy type session, and especially when he told me it would be music, art, drama therapy, it would be something less invasive. Right now my son is enjoying role playing, which is in a way pretend world, which a lot of kids like to pretend they're other people in order to express a lot of things. I find out they typically don't like to talk about, and he's really come out a lot with that versus just if you came on to him and asked him, you know, what's wrong today, what's going on, he won't tell you. Whereas if you put it like in a little role with characters, he kind of acts out how he feels through a character. School is hard for him to deal with, wanting to explain, you know, the hard points in school, the good points in school. But if you ask him, you know, how would a specific character, you know, deal with something if they went to school or went to your school, then he'll run a whole line about that for a good 30, 40 minutes. And so it's easier that way for him. He's gotten more verbal. I mean, he went through times when he wouldn't talk to like his peers at school or to a teacher even for months at a time. He'll just go and be there, you know, but never spoke. He interacts a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it's, you know, way better than what he was about a year ago. So yeah, definitely interacting a lot more with people. Fun. It's fun for everybody. It's fun for the therapist, fun for the kids. You know, they enjoy coming. He enjoys coming to therapy on his own. He'll say, "Oh, we're going today." You know, more so than like some of his other outside activities. He actually likes to come and, you know, dress up and be somebody else for a day.
There's a woman who I've been working with who had terrible trauma in her life, worse than what you can probably imagine. And she was crippled by this trauma, unable to function, unable to have a job, and was reliving it every single day. And every single day asking, why me? Why did it happen to me? But rather than stay on that question, why did it happen? The question I asked her is, what can we do with it? Here are these terrible things. Let's make something out of it. And what we've decided to make together is a performance comedy piece where she's taking her experiences and looking at them in a different way to make people laugh. She's seeing the comedy in her tragedy and saying, I'm gonna do something good with it.
We see amazing results with creative arts therapy, and we usually see more potential than individuals do in other types of therapies. So we see clients who regain verbal abilities after they've had a stroke or a brain injury through neurologic music therapy.
2 years ago, Rosemary Page had barely any words after a stroke.
I need medicine.
Today, she has sentences.
Time me to the moon.
We have seen clients use art therapy to process the events of a traumatic incident and to help develop coping skills and to manage their anxiety or depression that stems from a traumatic incident in their life. We also see individuals overcome psychosomatic issues, which are more psychological problems that manifest physically in the body, and working through dance movement therapy so that they can better understand how their mind and body are connected and how they can address difficult psychological issues by connecting more with their body. We have seen the clients develop social skills through their work in drama therapy groups and connect with other individuals to decrease their social anxiety or to learn how to cooperate, negotiate, and problem solve in social settings. So through the creative arts therapy, they can express themselves through a nonverbal way, and they can really identify new things about themselves, find a new way to understand their issues by exploring the creative process and engaging in creative art making, storytelling, songwriting, and movement.
Step 1, stop! Good. Step 2, take a deep breath. Step 3, deep. Step 4, say how by the way. All right. Ready?
1, 2.
You count.
1, 2. There are 2.
Huh.
1, 2, 3.
Now you point and count.
1, 2, 3.
And how many egg shakers are there?
3.
3.
Nice job.
Thank you, Matthew.
Not what you thought. All right. Shake it up, Matthew, now. Shake it up, Matthew. Shake it down. Shake it down.
The first motto we had from the first flyer I ever wrote was called, "When words alone won't work, the arts can often help." And this is true, because there are times if you're working with a child who had been in a traumatic situation, perhaps an automobile accident, who didn't want to talk about anything, the art teacher can begin to use different materials of arts. Maybe it's finger painting, maybe it's clay, but they are doing it together. And a psychotherapeutic arts therapist can connect to the creativity in a child. There's a resonating that goes on. Creativity can connect the inner and outer reality, the intellect and the emotion, and that's one of the great strengths of creative arts therapies.
I'll start, then you start.
You start, then I start. Do you want me to sing?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Do I sing?
Yes. Once upon a time,
Mountains ago, I was in your sights. You got me alone. You found me. You found me. You found me.
If all the raindrops were candy and meatballs, oh, what a rain that would be. Nice job, Nick.
I am so grateful to have been with ITA all this time and to see how it's grown and how talented and devoted its staff and administrators are.